I know 2020 affected all of us differently. For me, I know one of the biggest things I started doing. Sorry, there's a fly that I just noticed in my house. But one of the biggest things that changed in my life is I immediately started like getting into the news. Right, what's going on right now? What's happening? I think pretty much everyone was doing that. And one of the biggest things I started doing was listening to podcasts and any kind of podcast, every kind of podcast, just listening to literally everything. It could be the most brain rotted thing and the most, I don't know, like normal, like regular, whatever, like news station. Like it was literally whatever I could get my hands on, I was listening to it. And I did that for, I want to say, probably up until 2025 ish. So it was maybe a good half a decade. I was listening to, I mean, really, I want to say 2022, 2021, 2022, I was listening to podcasts like all day, all night, playing video games, listening to podcasts. I would load up Stardew Valley and just play that for 5 hours while listening to like Post Malone and Joe Rogan talk about absolutely nothing. Like very, very generic kind of stuff. And it's funny because recently, ever since I've gotten into art, I've played video games even less than I was, which wasn't very much right before I started learning animation. But I started playing video games even less, almost none really right now. I mean, I think I played Minecraft for like 30 minutes today, and then I got bored because I want to animate. But it's funny because I used to listen to all these podcasts. I used to care so much about so many things that like just were kind of like time wasters. Like I used to care about researching things, and I just like couldn't care less about literally anything other than like my health, my family, art, and bada bing bada boom. That's about it. Like I don't, it's just nothing else really. Like it was funny, I was thinking today, I was in the middle of the day, and this is happening like the last 3 days. I've been trying to get back into podcast, trying to listen to people talk, and I don't know, I felt like, oh, I'm just listening to music all the time. Maybe I shouldn't be listening to music all the time and just have that be like the only thing that I'm listening to or consuming while I'm animating. Because I thought, oh, I used to play, all these video games, blah, blah, blah. And so I thought, oh, maybe I should listen to a podcast. And I started listening to a couple of podcasts that I used to listen to, and I just can't. And I tried like 5 different podcasts. I can't listen to like podcasts anymore almost at all. And it has nothing to do with, I mean, it has a little bit to do with, but really it has nothing to do with the people talking, and it has nothing to do with the messaging of the podcast. I think the issue is that I just don't, because podcasts to me inherently, they are just, I wouldn't say they're a form of art necessarily, unless it's like a show as a podcast, and then the show and the editing and the this and the that and the format can be a form of art in and of itself. But like running something over and over and over, I feel like isn't that productive. I mean, what I just said, that I don't feel like that makes very much sense. But what I'm trying to say is that to me, things like listening to music is the only thing that actually is like making me feel, first of all, I mean, I like creating music, I like writing lyrics, I like singing, so that kind of relates to me a little bit. But I can't listen to podcasts anymore. It does not fulfill me at all. It does not give me any sense of like happiness. I used to even watch like some comedy shows or comedy YouTube channels. I don't really think you can call them like technically comedy shows, or improv YouTube channels. And I just like I just can't stand it anymore. It's like this weird thing. Like I feel like I'm not getting the thing that I want to get. I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe somebody else has kind of dealt with this, and you get into art and the only thing you care about is consuming other people's art, like short form art. And like one thing I still love is like AMVs, like animated music videos, are amazing. I love those. I love looking at illustrations, like illustration posts on YouTube. I love listening to music, like my favorite music artists and singers and creators. That's basically all I'm into. I just like the podcasts. I'm kind of throwing away now. They don't make, some of them were, it was funny. I was like listening to one and it was stressing me out because it was talking about a serious topic. And I'm like, I don't even follow politics anymore, to be completely honest. Like it just stresses me out. I can't do it. And it's terrible that I go through this elevator every day. And this one elevator that I go through has news playing in the elevator. Why is news? I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear the news. It's always the worst stuff too. Like I can't. Anyways, that's all, that's all I wanted to say is I'm just basically can't like consume art anymore, and everything else is boring or terrible, and I don't want to put it in my brain. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.